Hi, and welcome to Loving the Planets for the week of May 29th. This is Armand Diaz and Margaret Gray coming to you live, or not exactly live, but from the United Astrology Conference in Chicago.
Yes, how wonderful that we're actually here together in the same location, and what a fabulous city Chicago is, and so many amazing astrologers around. And here we are to bring you really what's going to happen next week. So, what feels like the key kind of keynotes for next week in relationships, Armand?
Well, we have the Sagittarius full moon on Tuesday, which means the early part of the week is going to be, it's exciting, it's outgoing, it's fun. I would say, just go with it. It's the full moon. You can't really plan a lot anyway, so just do what seems like it's going to be fun. Have some excitement. Maybe get out early in the week and do some stuff. Don't save it all up for the weekend.
Well, also, I think Sagittarius full moon really is about kind of maybe planning some travel. And, for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, we're coming into summer. So maybe traveling some holidays or even some weekends away with loved ones might be quite a fun thing. And particularly with friends as well. I think the energies, there's a lot of energy, relationship energy around friendships at the moment, don't you think? Even more so in a way than romantic relationships.
I think so. That might have a little something to do with Uranus going into Taurus. It may, Uranus has more of a friendly, egalitarian type of energy, a little bit less of the romance thing going on. So maybe we're feeling a little bit of that. And the Sagittarius is also kind of a little bit more of a big picture-y, a little bit less intimate.
Well, it's expansive, isn't it? So it's really be as expansive as you can, and communication is also a big theme, and also to have some fun, because we've had a lot of intensity, so it's also about having some fun.
Now, when we get to the end of well, first of all, midweek we have the Capricorn moon. It's going to be kind of serious. A serious Capricorn moon this week. But when we get to the end of the week, we have a lovely grand trine between Venus and Jupiter and Neptune in water signs. Sounds to me to be very emotional.
Yes, and potentially very romantic, isn't it? I mean, there is that romantic feel about it and that dreamy quality. And so it's kind of really repeating some of the themes that happened already last week around really visualizing what kind of relationships we want. What is love about? So love is kind of really in the air, isn't it, towards the end of the week?
It is, and it's in water signs. If it was in fire signs or air signs, I might say it was all about going out and socializing. It may be about sort of working with what you have a little bit more than expanding outwards, coming off of the full moon. So I think that maybe it's a little bit more about, getting in touch with your feelings, sharing ideas with your partner and things like that.
Yes, and that's an important thing, the feelings bit, isn't it? To really be open, because, we've said this before, but you can't have intimacy if there isn't a sharing of feelings, or an attempt to share feelings. Not everybody is that comfortable, but at least to try and really open up. And, there is a requirement in a way, really, in relationships to be vulnerable, and so to be open. So this trine really does it in a gentle way, which I think is really nice.
It does sort of provide a nice warm little basket, huggy type of thing, and it is supported in terms of the communication because Mercury is going to be trine Mars at the end of the week, and that is certainly, and this is in air sign, so this is sort of like you can communicate the ideas. You can communicate the ideas probably kind of forcefully, and then the trine kind of sort of grabs you and hugs you and says, "Oh, it's okay."
So we've got the two important key things for relationships. We've got feelings and we've got communication. So really, all in all, this feels like one of the best weeks we've had for a long time, for relationships.
It does on paper. We'll have to see how it plays out in the world.
So have a good week, everyone, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.